This is an algorithm to traverse the elements in single linked list. So there can be two cases when we traverse the elements in single linked list. First case is when single linked list is empty. So here we can see that single linked list is empty because begin is pointing to null. The second case can be when the single linked list is not empty. So we can see that there are three nodes with values A, B and C which are connected together by using links, and begin is the pointer which is pointing to the first node. Now in this case, how we are going to perform the traversal? First we make a node pointer which points to the first node begin, and then we fetch the data which is from the particular PTR. PTR is the node pointer. By using this PTR we can access the data part of the first node. So A will be accessed, and by now using a loop we keep on moving this pointer to the next node. So we makes the pointer to go to next node, and if the pointer pointing to a valid node, we takes out the data part from that. So here B is the data part of the pointer, we take out the data and again makes the pointer to go to next place. It's a valid pointer, valid node, then we takes the data from that. Now when we go to next, PTR will becomes null. So once the PTR becomes null, we can stop the traversal process because we have already traversed all the elements present in the different nodes of linked list. Now we can see the algorithm to traverse the element in single linked list. It can be written by using a traverse method. First we need to check the begin pointer is null or not. If begin pointer is null, that means single linked list is empty. Else we need to perform the traverse operations. In order to perform the traverse operations, first we have to create a node pointer, and the node pointer PTR should start at the first node. That means node pointer should initialize with begin. Begin indicates the first node. So we created a node pointer which is pointing to the first node begin. Now we need to check the conditions. We need to traverse number of nodes with the conditions. The condition is that the pointer should point to a valid node. It should not be null. So we use a while loop for that particular condition checking and iteration purpose. We check that the pointer is not equal to null. That means the pointer is pointing to a valid node. If it is pointing to a valid node, we can take out the data part from that. So we display PTR data. So wherever pointer node pointer is pointing, its data will be fetched and that will be displayed. And after that we have to make the pointer node pointer to go to next node. So we write PTR equals PTR next. The pointer will move to the next node. Now this loop will keep on repeating as long as the pointer is not equal to null. It will fetch the data from node and the pointer will move to the next node by using PTR next. Traversing a single linked list refers to visiting each node of the list in order to process the elements stored in the nodes. To traverse the elements in single linked list, first check single linked list is empty or not by checking the value of list pointer begin. If begin pointer is null, single linked list is empty. If single linked list is not empty, a node pointer PTR is assigned with the address of first node begin. Using a loop, data part of the currently pointed node PTR is processed and PTR is assigned with the address of next node, that is PTR next. The loop repeats until PTR becomes null. Now if you want to perform this particular program of traversing the elements in single linked list, first we have to include the header files in C++, and then we need to create the class. The name of the class is linked list. Now linked list class, we need to create the first node structure. The node structure of single linked list will consist of two parts. First part will be the data information what we need to store, and the second will be a node pointer which can points to next node. So two information will be present in the node structure of single linked list. One is the data and second one is next, which will point to next node. There will be a global pointer begin which will be initialized as null, but it will always points to the first node of single linked list. In the public section, we have to include all the respective functions. Now we have to perform the traverse. So we have to include the logic of traverse function. The algorithm of traverse function need to be kept inside the class that we have just discussed. Now, other than traverse function, we should have at least one insertion method so that the single linked list can be created. It can be insertion at the beginning or insertion at the end or insertion at a particular place, a particular position. So in this case, we have included insert begin, which can be used to insert node at the beginning of single linked list. So at least one of the insertion methods should be present in the class. Now the class definition is completed in the main method. Here we need to create an object of linked list. Obj is the object of linked list which can be used to store integer type of information in the different nodes. We have called insert begin method for inserting nodes with different data. So 10, 20 and 30 are the information we are inserting into the single linked list at different nodes. And we now perform the traverse operation. It will display the value as 30, 20 and 10 because every time we are inserting node at the beginning, so first 10 is inserted at beginning, next 20 is inserted at beginning and next 30 is inserted at beginning. So during the traverse it will display the element as 30, 20 and 10. Execute and see the traversing of elements in single linked list. If you are able to get the output, kindly comment the output below.